The Butler, assistant coach for Louisville, telling us earlier, attack early with tempo. She kept repeating that in shoot-around earlier today. That's what they're looking to do.
Opening tip controlled by the Panthers. Have not played in a week. One at Boston College, come from behind fashion against the Eagles. For Pitt, 64-61 in that game. Soft bounce, and they're on the board first.
I love it. We got Hagans being shifty on the inside, trying to get open. Trying to get the screen, setting screens for herself almost inside, but it worked with the little easy bunny inside.
Louisville Cardinals, number 10 in the nation, 15-3. Roberts with the miss from three-point real estate, kept alive on the inside. Hardy got the rebound. Does it again for the Cardinals off the glass and in. What work by number 9 inside for Louisville.
I just love Anaya Hardy's game. She's getting better game by game. Jeff Walz telling me earlier as we look at her get her second offensive rebound for the putback that she's just doing what she does well. Whatever's in her repertoire, she does it to the best of her ability. Getting better steadily, game by game.
Louisville, one of the best rebounding teams in the ACC, over 43 boards per game. And that's fourth in the conference, and they keep it alive again off the missed free throw. This is Scott, mid-range.
Pitt is a team that's known for rebounding the basketball, but right there, that was 3 offensive rebounds to extend the possession for Louisville. It'll be a long night for Pitt if they continue that.
Louisville won Thursday at Miami, 77-68. They're working on that 8-game winning streak. They made 8 three-pointers in that game, 9 of 12 from the free throw line. The Panthers turn it over. Randolph runs it up. It ends up in the corner. 3 from the corner. Rattles out for Ziegler, and then a wrestle for the loose ball.
I like it. Toughness. Both players wanting the ball. Ziegler shooting the 3, rims in and out, but you've got Randolph and Johnson, both strength on strength, battling to the ground, and we're going to have a fight here in the afternoon between these two teams.
Spirited play from both teams early on. Got to imagine the Panthers feel a little bit of momentum with that first ACC win of the season a week ago. 3-pointer for Louisville, Taj Roberts.
Jeff Walz telling me earlier, you don't want to be the team that they figure things out on. He just told me that Pitt is a good team. They've had some struggles, and when they put it together, you don't want to be that team.
That ball was deflected and scooped up by Scott. Louisville makes just over 8 threes per game. That's 4th in the conference, and percentage-wise, they are second best as the Panthers get it back. So watch the 3-point shot for Louisville today. Pitt is 8-9 on the season, 1-3 in conference play, and 1-4 away from Pittsburgh. Trying to back it on in. Rust. Started by Ziegler. Out of bounds, it will stay with the Panthers. In his 3rd season, Torrey Verdi, 15th year as a head coach at the collegiate ranks. Last year, they won 13 games. They lost in the first round of the ACC tournament. Short range miss for the Panthers and Rust. Quickly in transition. Rust will let it bounce out of bounds off the miss by the Cards.
A little bit of a quick shot by Randolph right there, and she had nobody in position to rebound the basketball. Long shot, long rebound, sailed out of bounds.
She doesn't make a lot of threes, 6 on the season, shoots a good percentage, 43% for Randolph. Ball back to the Panthers, Rust in the corner. All the way across, looking for 3, and they got it. Michaela Johnson on target.
Louisville coaches are going to be in Randolph's ear during the break because they worked on that in shoot-around. They said sag, but not that deep. On that one, Randolph a little bit too deep, took her too much time to recover.
Panthers stopped a 3-game losing streak with their win a week ago at BC. Ziegler turns and fires.
Ziegler's shot selection. If she's making them, she's on. If she's not, she's not. She was 0 for 4 in Miami, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line, and Louisville comes up with a steal.
Randolph trying to beat everybody to the rim, does so, and fouled in the process.
That's the shot you want to see in transition. Defense to offense. High percentage play right here. Randolph taking the contact, absorbing, and finishing through it. Michaela getting her across the losing to UConn in that first game. All prepped them to be tougher at this point in the season. It's the reason why he's one of the most winningest coaches in women's basketball right now.
Their losses are to top 10 teams. UConn, Kentucky, and South Carolina. Wow, good-looking play for the Cards. And they're now on a 9-0 run.
I just love her game, just strong with the basketball. Coach Walz wasn't kidding. She does everything well that she has the ability to, but telling me she wants to expand her game to be able to handle the rock, to be able to shoot the mid-range jumper.
Villegas missed the three. Quickly back at the other end. Rust grabs it.
Roberts went in there amongst the trees, got a little lost. Didn't know where she was underneath the rim.
10 possessions in the game for the Panthers so far. Tabitha 5 turnovers. And 7 second chance points for Louisville, none for Pitt so far.
And that's
here in the first quarter.
All the offensive rebounds, right? Got to rebound the basketball, box out.
We told you that Louisville was one of the top rebounding teams in the conference. They and North Carolina, the ranked teams out of the ACC. Ziegler steps into the three and misses. Look at Hardy all over the glass. There's another second chance opportunity.
That's her third offensive rebound this game.
Ziegler on the return pass around the ankles, tough to catch.
I can just hear my coach now. Get it up to the post player. That is too low for her in movement, in motion to catch that ball.
Tabitha Turner, standout at Georgia Tech in her playing days.
Stand out, man.
Hardy intercepts the pass. You know, the interesting thing, if you look at the box score from Thursday at Miami, Ziegler did not score in that game. First time this year. Hardy inside, twisting and missing.
But you know what? She impacted the game in different ways. Had 9 rebounds. She had a few assists. We talk about the 0 for 4 shooting. I mean, her shot selection, to me, I want to see her inside the paint to get some more high percentage shots, but she likes shooting that extended jumper, the three-pointer. That's
deflected and back to the Cards. Remember, for Ziegler, this is her first year in the program. First game was against UConn. She had a double-double, 16 points, 18 boards. Up for grabs and taken by Pitt. Jahate had the board, and then it's turned over. Hagans couldn't handle. Randolph, eyes for the rim, determined. Hardy with a second chance opportunity.
And that entire possession for Louisville could have been avoided. This is the next step in the game for Theresa Hagans as we see the replay of it right there. Hardy coming in, just getting another offensive rebound, her 4th of the game. But on this one, doesn't complete the play, but is rewarded at the free throw line. But just going back to Theresa Hagans, the maturity level for her, she's got to be able to handle the rock and identify the fact that she was 1-on-5 and her teammates weren't down with her at the other side of the floor.
Point number 7 for Hardy at the line. Journalist and author Katie Pavlich joins the only network that is news for all Americans, News Nation. Push through the left-right bias, get straight to the facts. Katie Pavlich tonight. Premieres January 19th, 10, 9 Central on News Nation. Find News Nation on your screen. Go to newsnationnow.com. 17-5 advantage in the first quarter. Miss going to the rim for Hagans.
But did a good job getting to the rim. Just have to finish with a little bit more control.
Ziegler all alone.
Beautiful pass, though, from Jones.
Panthers take a timeout.
Coach Walz telling me earlier that he is excited, about Skylar Jones and what she's going to do in today's game. Gets in and gets a nice dime to Ziegler, first play of the game that she's in.
The Cards are now on a 12-0 run after the last 4 minutes and 12 seconds.
And again, it's the offensive rebounds. I mean, if you're a Pitt, that's something that you can control, right? If the shot goes up, you go and find a body, put a body on somebody. But if you're going straight for the shot, you've got Louisville who's out hustling Pitt in this game. And just look at the trend right there. 14 possessions, 7 turnovers for Pitt. And that's what I'm talking about when you go to Hagans Jr. When it comes to 1-on-5, she has to be able to recognize that she didn't have the numbers. And it's plays like that that lead to the 12-0 scoring run by Louisville.
And Pitt is just one of its last 8 shooting from the floor. Now remember the Panthers, that win at Boston College last Sunday, they went on a 20-3 run to finish the game, to win that game 64-61 and erased a 14-point deficit. So we know they can do it.
Yeah.
They had that amazing comeback last year against SMU. 32 points down.
And that comeback on Sunday against Pitt, I had that game. That was with Hagans. I mean, again, she scored the first 10 points in the fourth quarter, and she really just put the offense on her back, and she put the pressure on the defense by going left and getting to the rim.
Hagans had 17 points in that fourth quarter. So this Pitt offense has an explosive nature, just got to find it at some point. LaFau is into the game for Pitt as they turn it over. She's number 10 in blue. Roberts, hesitation and drive. Had to kick it back out and got it right back and lost the handle. Panthers struggling so far from the field, just 22%. They're normally up around 40% for the game. Foul had a chance at it after the miss by Jenkins. Down the other end of the court for Berry, the super substitute, and she hits the floor after contact. I mean, imagine having a player like that coming off the bench as your first sub in the game for Louisville.
I mean, and she can score in bunches. That's what Coach Walz loves about her. She just puts the offense on her back right there, absorbs the contact, and takes a hard fall. But she's another player who wants to expand her game, telling me that it was just something that was very natural coming off the bench. She has to be able to see the game, get a feel for it. And then she's able to come off the bench and bring energy in that second unit. This is one of the best bench units in the country. I think they're number 2 nationally and number 1 at the ACC.
86% from the free throw line for Berry this season. Practically automatic. As Tabitha mentioned, 16 points in the win at Miami on Thursday. Made 4 3-pointers. Played 26 minutes off the bench. Double figures in 6 of her last 7 games. Amazing.
And the other thing she's doing is she's rebounding the basketballs at 5+.
Defending too for the moment, although I think she committed the foul here.
She saved my life in shoot-around earlier. There was a ball coming at me. I was talking to her and Anaya, and my back was turned to the rim. You're not supposed to do that.
Quick reflex.
She saved my life, and she told me about it too, so thank you.
I think if we needed to put you in the game for a couple of minutes, you would produce. You still got it, Tabitha.
Sure, Tom.
Pitt at the free throw line as a team, 71%, 6th in the ACC. Just looking for some scoring from somewhere. Quealy at the line, the freshman from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. She's one of 4 players on the roster from Canada for Pitt.
Yeah, they love the Canadian players. I guess they're kind of nearby up there, right? It's all a little too north for me.
Putra coming into the game for Louisville. We should mention that Elif Istanbuloglu, unavailable for the game today. She had 23 points, a career high at Miami. Not available for Coach Walz this afternoon, Tabitha.
That was her best game in the Louisville uniform, so I know they miss her, but you'd rather it gets a Pitt team, you know, versus somebody who's top in the league.
And still so many weapons to choose from for Coach Walz. And number 2, Berry's a big one.
And watch out for Berry. Berry's another one, pun intended, but watch out for her because she can really score in bunches. Once she starts going, she really knows how to get it going. So Coach Walz, that's something he was telling me to look out for earlier.
And the Cards will get the ball back. Yeah, Berry's a sophomore from Clarksville, Tennessee. That's 10 turnovers in the first quarter. We're inside of a minute to go in our first quarter. Big lead for Louisville on its home floor, 10-2 this season. Played against South Carolina in the ACC SEC Challenge, and they had a chance to win that game with a 3-pointer at the end of regulation as that one spins out for Putra. They played both teams that were in the national finals last year, in UConn and South Carolina. The only other loss was to Kenny Brooks at Kentucky, former head coach at Virginia Tech, who took that program to the Final Four in the ACC.
Missed those days. We had some good games at Virginia Tech, and another turnover from Pitt. The sophomore and Hagans, I mean, this is going to be a learning experience for her in this game.
Tough shot for Roberts. Putra over the top, made it look easy. And that'll end the quarter. Domination by the Cards. 25-6, Louisville time this season. I don't care who the opposition is. That is staunch defense.
Absolutely, and it's all about energy. But it's, again, control what you can control. And Pitt right there with a nice play out of the timeout to get 2 easy points for Johnson.
So Michaela Johnson cutting to the rim aggressively. Able to get a bucket early on in the second quarter for Pitt. Putra spinning on the block. Found Roberts on the run off the mark. Out of bounds, and it will be Pitt basketball. Ryan Durham, Linda Miles, Kevin Fahey in charge of the action this afternoon as the Panthers bring it up with Theresa Hagans.
Hagans with 4 turnovers in that first quarter. This is going to be a learning experience for this point guard. A very young point guard who has the ability to score and create for herself and her teammates, going against some staunch defense.
Just 1 of 3 from the floor for Hagans in the first quarter. Fancy dribble, mid-range. That's a good look at it for Pitt, although out of bounds off of the Panthers and Hollingsworth. Coach Verdi with a freshman-dominant program and team this year, just the lone senior. 7 freshman players. Hagans is one of them, the freshman from Utica, New York, who had 24 points in the win at BC in the most recent game for Pitt. 10
new faces on the roster in total. And you talk about Tori Verdi as Pitt gets the rebound. Tori Verdi building that program at UMass, a winning program in the A-10 where they won conference championships. They won title championships, and Hagans calling her own number. We talk about how she can create. Went left on that one.
They were A-10 champs. Went to the NCAA tournament. Back the other way. And a 3-pointer is Skylar Jones. We're just talking about Jones and her potential impact.
Yeah, Coach Walz telling me that he wants to see what she's going to do today. Wants her to be a 3-level scorer, but get to the next play. That's what she's got to focus on.
Tell you what, the shot clock has not been a factor so far. These teams want to run, get out, and score. This Berry with a good look at it. Contested by Johnson.
Well, that's the tempo that we were talking about for Louisville, where they don't want to allow Pitt's defense to dictate what they do. Pitt's going to try and slow it down to not allow Louisville to get to what they want to do.
Rust in the paint against Putra. There was contact. Foul coming up against Louisville. Jones picks up the foul for Louisville.
Lauren Russ looks different to me. She looks weird without the face mask. I know I only had her for one other game, but I'm so used to seeing it. It's like something's missing.
76% free throw shooter, Lauren Rust from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. 15 rebounds in that win at BC, a career high. He's a cop, she's a con, but together they're unstoppable. The CW's hit series, Wild Cards, returns with an all-new season. Don't miss Wild Cards. Season 3 premiere Monday, January 26th, 8/7 Central, right here on the CW. Berry gathers for Louisville. Opening stages of our second quarter. The first quarter dominated by the Cards. Jones slicing through the Pitt D. Everything but the finish for Jones.
Very shifty. She was all the way right, managed to go left. The 2 Louisville players get taken out. Putra's laughing because she tripped her own teammate.
Good to see the Jones is up and okay as Berry brings it up. Scott stepping inside the arc to hit the jumper.
Jahate just a little step too slow on that one. If you want to contest that shot, you've got to get in her face a lot faster. Some of these shots, the defense is controllable on Pitt's behalf. Got to put some energy behind it.
Jahate inside, close range miss, fighting for the loose ball. 3 players go to the deck. Look at the hustle. And it'll be Louisville basketball.
And that's the one player that Louisville wants to take away is Jahate. And that's why one of the keys to the game was to play through your post, because those are high percentage shots that she can put up. She's tugging on her jersey because she's tired.
Talking about high percentage, she shoots 59% from the floor. She will go to the bench for the Panthers.
But 0 points, and we're in the second quarter. You can't have that from one of your top players.
Raina Scott will bring it up. Senior from New York. Shoots 49% from the floor. She had that last bucket last time down the floor. For Louisville, has the basketball now.
Good defense by Johnson.
Flips it into the corner to Berry. And she knocks it down. It's a 3 ball. Player down for Pitt. Behind the play is Michaela Johnson, initially clutching the left ankle.
Had a little grimace on her face. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, because that's a player that they need. She leads his team in scoring.
He averages just over 12 points per game for the redshirt junior from Anchorage, Alaska, out of the Colorado program as a transfer to Pitt.
Sitting on 5 points right now. And this is a player who struggled, you know, in the first half last Sunday at Boston College, but really got some things going on both sides of the ball in the second half. And it's not just her scoring. She also is a defender. She's a big guard that knows how to get to the rim, get to the rack, and use her strength. This is a player that Pitt needs on the floor.
She also hits the three. She's made 18 this season, although she's being helped off by her teammates and the training and medical staff for the Panthers. Hopefully she can shake that off and get back into the lineup as they take her toward the Pitt bench area. Panthers looking for their first ever win at Louisville. Tough place for the visiting team.
A lot of teams who come here looking for their first ever win.
KFC Yum Center. How about 223 wins for the home team on this floor? If you're just joining us, prior to the game, Louisville celebrated Jeff Walz and 500 career wins in his 19th season as the head coach at Louisville. And they produced a turnover with Putra running it up across midcourt. Somehow that spins in.
She's so shifty. That's the second move where it's like in 1 second she's to her left, the next second she's all the way right. I mean, she moves so well with her body, doesn't wait for the defense to close in, goes baseline, runs into Lauren Russ, but shifts her body just enough to get past the defense. Just moves so well with her body. She knows how to control her body and get through some tight spaces.
5 points for Jones now. 2 of 4 from the floor. Had a few style points along with that last basket inside as she got by Rust, who's got the ball now for Pitt. Panthers qualified for the ACC tournament last year. Remember, just the top 15 of 18 make it to the tournament. Firing away deep in the shot clock of the miss from Villegas. And Putra comes away with it.
Deep three for Villegas. She had 3 threes in just the second quarter alone in Boston College last week.
Villegas leads the team in made 3. She's got 37 and shoots 40% from beyond the arc. Unable to break through. Jones. It's almost like an old school set shot as Putra tried to find the cutter to the basket out of bounds, and it's back to the Panthers.
There's a little bit of a mismatch down there. I'm not sure why Putra passed that one back out. She had Hagans on her. I mean, that's almost a foot difference in height. Got the offensive rebound, had an easy putback.
Panthers won 4 of their first 6 games this season. They started with 7 straight home games. Peterson Event Center, wonderful venue in the ACC. Rust catch and release.
No hesitation on that one, and she loves that shot at the free throw line. They like the high-low game between her and Jahate. I haven't seen a lot of that in this one. Maybe they need to go to that in the second half to see if they get Jahate some points on the board.
Rust is the leading rebounder for this team and 10th in the conference, just over 8 per game, and averages about 5.5 points per game. 4.5 minutes to go in our second quarter. So glad that you're with us. Tom Wormy, Tabitha Turner, and our outstanding production crew here on the CW, driving and scoring. And once again, it's Skylar Jones downshifting to the rim.
I love how she's not forcing anything. She's waiting to see what the defense gives her. Nobody was open on that one, so she called her own number.
Misfire from Rust. Jones is a junior from Chicago, Illinois.
It's at the end of February going into ACC play and then right before March Madness. So everybody's going to be jockeying for those last few positions and spots in the standings.
Louisville's won 8 in a row. Virginia's won 7 in a row. Duke has also won 7 games in a row after an unsure start for Kara Lawson and the Blue Devils. They're the defending champs at the ACC tournament. They beat NC State in the title game a season ago in Charlotte. In Greensboro, rather. In Greensboro.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, well, the tournament moves from Greensboro. this year. Duluth, Georgia.
Quick shots from Pitt right there. That was a long shot, long rebound, but they didn't have the numbers, and that's the result. Ziegler with a 3 on the other end of it.
Ziegler with the 3, shoots 39% from long distance, 28th 3 of the season. Laura Ziegler, the senior from Denmark, playing her 115th career game.
And there goes Hagans. She got to her left hand, so that's something they need to continue to explore, because when she went left against Boston College, she completely took over the game.
Hagans again runs it up for Pitt. Jahate trying to establish position inside. Villegas had to give it up. Shot clock's at 10. Inside of 2.5 minutes to go in our second quarter. That's Russ for the baseline.
But that was the right decision, and I like how Pitt took their time on that possession to get the right shot in the shot clock. Just didn't knock it down.
Missed from the corner from Graves. Bender also in there with the entry pass. Ziegler, and it rolls out of bounds. And the officials conferred it will stay with Louisville. Plenty of time on the shot clock and 2:10 on the game clock.
Ziegler trying to leave before the pass on that one. Caught a break as it went off of the jersey or the body of a Pitt player. Got a little excited. Tried to leave without the ball.
8 ACC teams made the tournament last year. 4 in the Sweet 16. Duke, North Carolina, NC State, and Notre Dame. And Duke to the Elite 8.
Yeah, Duke got revenge on all the teams that beat them in the regular season in the ACC tournament to win it last year.
So Duke makes the Elite 8 last year. That's the 23rd straight year at least one ACC team in the Elite 8. That is the longest streak by any conference.
So you're saying we're the best then, right?
High level of women's basketball played in the ACC. Hagans.
When she calls her number, she can really get going. I mean, she reminds me of a street ball player. You can tell she's the kind of player that practiced or played at the park with the guys because she has the handles. But she can do that too, the three-point shot.
The freshman Theresa Hagans with the 3. The Pitt team that only averages about 5 made threes per game. Rust over the top. Bender grabbed it. That shot missing the target from Roberts. And now a minute and change to go in the quarter for the Panthers and Cards.
Look at Torrey Verdi. You wouldn't think that this is the kind of game. I know he's not on the screen, but he's been up coaching, walking back and forth, pacing with his team. You wouldn't think that they were getting beat by 22, but he knows what they're working towards.
Final minute of play in the quarter. Louisville's won all 13 meetings between the teams here in Louisville, Kentucky. 31st all-time meeting. Roberts with it. Hardy on the entry. Muscles her way to the rim. Gets it back for 2.
Another offensive rebound for Hardy, but you know what? That was Jahate. She lost her in transition and didn't recover. Left her teammate alone on an island. That's how Hardy was able to get that offensive rebound. She's got to have a bigger pep in her step. The coaches are going to have a talk with her to get her energy up in the second half because Pitt needs her.
Hagans. That is all net for Hagans for Pitt.
Had something to say to Roberts afterwards, too.
Roberts at the other end. 3 seconds. Ziegler turns and shoots and beats the horn.
She inbounded the ball, gave us a little smile because she knew that we just finished talking about her.
9 points in the first half after being shut out at Miami on Thursday. Turns and scores.
That's why she smiled at me. She was like, watch this. Picking up where she left off right before halftime, the same jumper around that free throw mid-range area.
She is right on her season average of 11 points per game, second best on the team for Louisville this year as Taj Roberts leads the way, almost 13 points per game. Randolph deflected it, potential 2-on-1. Scott on the hustle, up against the bigger player, Rust, who held her ground nicely for Pitt.
And good to see Michaela Johnson back in the game. She went out with that ankle injury in the first half, is back in to start the second.
Louisville gets another chance at it. Scott misses. Hardy over the top. Had it poked away. And the quick hands from Jenkins.
Otherwise, that would have been another offensive rebound, another extended possession for the Cards.
Panthers stopped that 3-game losing streak in the ACC with the win last Sunday at BC. Losses to Wake, Notre Dame, and Clemson, the last 2 on the road. And Rust hits mid-range.
Lauren Rust is almost automatic from that mid-range 15 to 17-foot jumper. She missed one in the first half, but it was kind of down and out.
Hardy from Ziegler.
In the right place at the right time. We've been saying Anaya Hardy's name all game long, and it's because of the effort that she's been putting forth on both ends of the basketball. The offensive rebounds, the second chance possessions that she's given this team.
She's got 11 points. That's just 1 shy of her career high for Hardy, who did all that work in the first half. Into the box score in the second half, and Ziegler picks it up for Louisville. First year in the program for Ziegler, transfer from St. Joseph's. She played 96 games for them, trying to hustle back and defend Jenkins, trying to go Euro, and Ziegler grabs it.
Left it a little bit short on the Euro. I think she faced some contact because Michaela Johnson draws the foul on the other end, so she doesn't give Hardy an easy 2. But right here, you see the outlet from Ziegler. She's 1-on-3, and right there, Hardy absorbs the contact, is mad that she didn't complete the shot because she knew that she could have had that one if she just went up with the left and took the other arm to kind of move off the contact, but still, she's just been putting in work.
It's a good-looking free throw from a 41% free throw shooter. Anaya Hardy, sophomore from Detroit, Michigan.
She's been having a good game, Tom. You ain't have to throw that 41%. just messy.
She's been doing all the hustling for Louisville along with her teammates. That's off the fingertips of Rust that went out of bounds. We're going to stay at this end of the floor.
And that's just a bit too much. If you're Jahate and Rust is right there, you want to take a little bit off. She gave her a bullet pass and was 5 feet from her.
Jahate has not scored in the game so far for Pitt, trying to establish position against Hardy. Hagans fires away and misses, and Randolph tracks it down.
And she saw a double right there, Jahate did, but I'm not sure why, because she's scoreless in this game, so why they would bring the double, I'm not sure. She hasn't really been an offensive factor yet.
Randolph.
Look at Hardy, again. Extending the possession. She got up there and mucked it up a little bit, trying to get the rebound, but forced it off on Pitt.
12 points for Hardy, 8 rebounds. 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Off the inbounds, curls and scores.
Having herself a night, just talking to her earlier. Just such a good kid to coach, just excited. And that's a new career high, 14 points. I know we've been saying her name a lot. That's why.
6 of 8 from the floor for Hardy. And she produces the steal at the other end with the anticipation. Roberts into the paint. Scott with a nifty dribble. Back to Roberts, off target.
Jenkins was in her grill. Good defense affected the shot, but Anaya Hardy again with the career high 14 points, and this is how she got it. Just eluded the defense. Jahate gets lost through the screen, and she just moves right to the open spot in the vision of the passer.
Hagans trying to cross it over with Scott, who poked it away. They're in a little bit of a dribbling battle between the two number ones.
And they had it on the other side of the court, too. It's going to get shifty in this half. I'm excited. I'm here for it.
Highly skilled players as Roberts get a... It's a well-deserved break for Hardy. Jones has come back in. Roberts remains in for Louisville. With Ziegler and Scott. As Hagans trying to find a soft spot in the D. Johnson's playing with 3 personals, and she hits a 3-point basket.
And they need her offense in this game. A little gimpy coming back in this one, but good to see her bearing weight on that ankle. She'll probably be a little sore after the game today, but you want to be able to get back in the game, and that's why.
Her second three-pointer of the game. 8 points for Michaela Johnson. Deflected by Jenkins. Ziegler got it back. She's open, and she hits.
Look at how high Ziegler keeps the ball. She never brings it down. You know how a lot of players have to bring it down to be able to set their shot? She leaves it so high up that the defense can't get it. And she's perfected that little mid-ranger doing just that.
"13 points for Ziegler. Jenkins trying to get to the rim. Ziegler there with a roadblock and an outlet. Ziegler's into double figures in scoring for the 12th time this season and 86th time in her career. Remember, she spent 3 years at St. Joseph's.
Yeah. Had a game where she had, what, 43 points against Loyola? Crazy.
Kept alive by Roberts. She was fouled on the shot attempt. Was she behind the three-point line?
And that's another offensive rebound. And again, if you're her game, no threes in this one, but that's something that she told me she wants to move her way up to and possibly add to her repertoire in her game.
In her career, she has not attempted a three-pointer. Well, we see it today. Her career high in rebounds is 13. She already has a double-double this season, the first of her career. That was against Morehead State, where she came off the bench to do it. By the way, it's 16-1 in bench points, because you referenced the fact that the Louisville bench is the top producer in the ACC as far as bench points are concerned.
Well, they've had 3 games this season where they've outscored. The bench alone has outscored the other team's total points. That's how good this bench unit is, and it's not against scrubs. You know, this is against other college players, Division I players.
It's an amazing season so far that the Cards are putting together with 4 Quad 1 wins. They've played 7 Quad 1 games. And the 4 Quad 1 wins, the most of any ACC team. On the run, it's Jones. Absorbed the bump and handed it off.
The defense just got lost on that play. I mean, just the entire play from the turnover down to the other end. Jahate was lost.
Grace Mbugua, who's seen action in just 4 games prior to today, playing the last 3 games in a row, was the beneficiary of the pass, as Roberts would go to the Jeff Walz bench.
And
they average about 36. There it is, 36 points from the bench.
40-plus bench points in 7 games, and we talked about the 3 games where they've outscored the other team alone. Jeff Walz telling me earlier that they're just fortunate to have a solid 6 players who can start on anybody's roster, but who can actually score the rock, and that's the biggest reason with Imari Berry, who's back in the game, one of the leaders of the bench unit. And she can start for anybody, but she's better coming off the bench.
She's looking for a 3, and she's got it.
Said, I heard you, Tab.
Win on Thursday at Miami, 77-68, 8th in a row for Louisville. They actually trailed by 2 at halftime in that game and came back to win it. Outscored Miami 27-12 in the 3rd quarter.
And they picked up their defensive tenacity and intensity in the 2nd half. I mean, Louisville's flying all over the place, not allowing anything easy for Pitt.
They are one of the better shooting teams in the league, not surprisingly, 4th in the conference at 46% from the floor. Contact and a foul.
And Johnson's a little frustrated on that one, but it is a foul. She went over the back, and that was her 4th. They need her in this game, just coming back from that ankle that she went out with in the 2nd quarter. She's going to take a break.
She'll leave the game with 8 points, a couple of 3-pointers. Hagans is the leading scorer for Pitt. She's got 12, a couple of 3s, and 5 of 9 from the floor for Hagans. Randolph picked up the foul on the illegal screen.
The ref was so clear on that one, it came right through the headset. No guessing games on that one.
Ryan Durham was all over the call, joined by Linda Miles, Kevin Fahey. Jenkins trying to step back, quick close. Shot clock down to 7. Randolph got a piece of the shot. Also got a piece of Hollingsworth. Second foul, Randolph.
Well, I like what she's doing because, one, she's drawing the contact, has Randolph on her back. So she goes into 2, but says, I'm going to call my own number anyway. And I like it because, one, it stops play, right? No more time going off the clock, which gives them a chance to cut into the lead. But it also gives you an opportunity to get points on the board, see the ball go through the net, maybe get a rhythm, put the pressure on the defense, maybe get them in foul trouble. Who knows? This game could swing in any direction.
2:43 to go in the third. Hollingsworth missed the second. 2-on-1 potentially. Louisville will slow it up for the moment. Berry. Quick entry. Mbugua. Bounces around. Hagans had a hand on it. Jones goes to the floor. Finally scooped up by Villegas.
Got to knock that down. That's the right decision. They left her wide open. Hagans got it right back to her.
It's now just 4 of 14 on threes, and Randolph angles to the rim, and then a quick steal by Berry. Although there was a whistle as Berry made the steal. Officials have taken responsibility for the stoppage. Well, Berry, though, with the anticipation on the inbounds. Was a struggle against the Canes over from the floor for Ziegler. She also has a 3 today. That's 169 career threes. Her numbers this year, 42% from the floor, 94% from the free throw line, 39% from three-point range, and she's enjoying the afternoon with her Louisville Cardinals teammates against visiting Pittsburgh.
And she was 0 for 4, excuse me, not 0 for 9. I gave her some missed shots on that.
She had 9 rebounds.
She had 9
impacted
rebounds.
the game in other ways. But if Louisville's going to be a successful team with all their depth and all their scoring punch, she's a big part of that. And Berry gets a nice bounce.
Berry's another one. I like the pun that you had in the first.
I didn't even know I did it.
You did it.
I'm so absorbed by the game and by your analysis work, Tabitha.
Well, thank you.
I'm hanging on your every word. Little backdoor Jenkins, and it got blocked.
Good interception. The pick 6 by Hagans calls her own number. If that would have went down, I would have stood up.
After the play by Mbugua to block it and hustling down the court. Jones around everybody. Skylar Jones.
And she wants some of that action, tries to get the steal. A little bit of a deflection right there. But again, Louisville picking up their defense in this second half. I mean, no mercy, and that's championship pedigree, right? You can be winning by almost triple the score, but you don't let up on anybody. This Division I basketball.
After leading by 23 at halftime for Louisville, Jones is part of that punch off the bench. Villegas knocks down a 3 for Pitt.
I wanted her to do that in the first half. She had a couple that she kind of forced, but that one right there was in rhythm. She has a hitch in her shot. As it is, it's a little bit awkward, but she took some deep ones over defense that she didn't have in the first half. Hopefully that can get her going, because she had 3 straight in the second quarter at Boston College alone.
She was 0 for 4 from long distance prior to that connection at the other end. Just talking about Skylar Jones, and she drops in a 3-ball.
Coach Walz challenging her to get to the next play, to not be in her head, and she's doing just that. She's having an outstanding game, playing both sides of the basketball. And when it comes to shots that you don't make, you can't really control that all the time, right? As Hagans gets to her left.
Final seconds of the quarter. So the Cards will head to the fourth with a big lead on their... that the tournament is not in the Carolinas.
I'm so excited about that because I live in Atlanta. And I know that arena very well. Called some lacrosse games in that arena, so very familiar.
It should be rocking. Mbugua beats everybody to the rim. Now that's hustle.
Absolutely, and she beat everybody down the floor, ran her lane. It was textbook basketball. The guard, one dribble, outlet. These are drills that you run every day in practice, and this is what players need to pay attention to because these are real game situations.
Has the block at the other end and grabs the loose ball for the freshman from Danville Christian High School. Putra, easy 2.
Dornbruss going for the block, just kind of moved herself out of the picture off the screen and gave Putra an easy 2.
Jenkins, high degree of difficulty. Putra outduels Rust. This is Berry. Flipped it to Bender, goes inside Mbugua with position.
Textbook basketball. They had the fast break, didn't have the numbers. Berry pulled it back out, got the swing pass across the court, broke down the defense and found the breakdown.
Told you about the win against Virginia Tech, number 500 for Coach Walz. As that one gets volleyballed around to Mbugua. Also beat Tennessee, number 20 in the nation, number 22 North Carolina in overtime in mid-December. They had that loss to Kentucky in November, and things seemed to change after that loss. Only other loss to South Carolina by 2, where Louisville had a chance to win that game on this floor.
Well, assistant coach Shanisha Pineda talking to me last night and telling me that, you know, the schedule is the way it is because they wanted to get tougher. They felt like they had the depth to be able to take on a #1 UConn the first game of the season. And even though they've lost 3 games to top 20 teams in this league, it's prepared them, and they've gotten tougher. She said this is not the same team that we were at the beginning of the season as Villegas knocks down her second 3 of the game. She said that we've gotten tougher than in the beginning. Laura's gotten tougher. Hardy had to understand some things and get used to the system. They're just clicking on all cylinders right now, but Jeff Walz is not good enough for him because he knows what they want is an eventual championship, and that's what they're working for.
Inside Kutra. You've got Louisville and North Carolina in the top 25, but right on the cusp of it, Notre Dame, Stanford, NC State, Duke coming on strong. Notre Dame a winner against North Carolina today.
I wasn't sure how that one was going to go because Notre Dame dropped a couple in ACC play, including one to my alma mater at Georgia Tech about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, should I say.
It was a 23-point win for Notre Dame at home against North Carolina, number 22 in the nation today. Virginia Tech also defeating Boston College in finals. 9 games on the schedule. Syracuse and Virginia in a tight game. Told you Virginia's rolling for Coach Mox recently. And our game is all Louisville here on the CW. Allowed Pitt just 6 points in that first quarter. It was 25-6 after the first 10 minutes. Set the tone early and quickly for Louisville.
And Louisville's done what they said they wanted to do, right? Like the tempo of this game, they're still beating the defense down the floor. They're not slowing up even though they've got this massive lead in this game. They're still putting the punches in, competing the way they want to compete because they know they have to work on some things. And they almost come up with a steal right there.
Cards have won 24 in a row in this series, well on their way to a 25th straight victory. They are 20-0 against Pitt as ACC opponents as they get a 3 out of the corner from Graves.
I love to see it. Graves was on the scout team earlier. When you have a big lead like this, you have players that are able to get the game who usually don't get the burn that they overall that she's given, and she's back in the game on the floor. Such an impressive game from Hardy in this one, and just talking to her earlier about growing with this program. She's a sophomore, and in the age of NIL, this is a player who, talking to me today, has a very mature mindset as far as maturing and growing with the program and having a championship pedigree.
It's the 9th rebound of the game for Hardy, just a rebound away from her second double-double this season, and second of her career. Trying to get the ball from Berry, deflected away Jahate. Pitt on the run for Johnson, who's been playing with 4 personal fouls. Could get some free throws out of this. Hardy way above her season average, by the way, Tabitha. 5.8 per game, and she's the second leading rebounder on the team. And she will be a key ingredient for the continued success of the Louisville Cardinals as they forge forward. You were talking about the schedule and how they have played a demanding schedule in the ACC. Their next games are at Notre Dame and at NC State coming up this week.
Oof, it's going to be a fun week of basketball and for the Cards themselves. And Anaya Hardy is going to be a big part of it. I mean, she's leading the team in field goal percentage as well. She shoots just over 70% from the field, and that's what Coach Walz was talking to me about earlier. What she does, what's in her bag, she does it well. She knows her strengths. She knows what she's been working on, and she hears me talking about her. Anaya Hardy just stacking the scores up. 16th point of the game.
Adding to that career high in scoring. Hagans. Hardy high for the board. Hate comes away with it. Hagans got it back. Checks the line. Launches. Bender and Rust each had a piece of that basketball. Will be Cardinals ball on the possession arrow. And Mbugua is going to come back into the game for Louisville. Randolph coming back in too. 23-point advantage at halftime for Louisville. You would not know it, though, the way players are going in and out.
Yeah.
Everybody getting significant minutes for the Cards.
Games like this, you want to clean up. If you're Louisville, you want to clean up some of the little things that you do. Coach Walz talking about the energy that his team had as Grace Mbugua knocks down the 15-footer free throw line jumper. But just talking about in the first half at Miami, how they didn't have the energy. They didn't pass the ball well the way they normally start a game. And in the second half, they had to piece things together and pull it together. But they want to put together a full 40 minutes of basketball. And that's what you're working on when you have games like this. There are going to be some that are dragged out. You got to find a way to win. The games like this, if you're Louisville, you want to work on the concepts, the little things that can lead to a championship and lead to those bigger wins.
And they've been in the title game at the ACC tournament for the Cards 4 times. They were champs back in 2018, defeated Notre Dame 74-72 in that title game.
Again, the post players for this Louisville team know their strengths. They all can knock down and are pretty much automatic between that 15 to 17-foot jumper. You've got Ziegler, you have Mbugua. Even Hardy, she's stretching some of her range out there as well.
Unbelievably so, this is the 12th year in the ACC for Louisville.
Both of these teams previously in the Big East.
They faced one another at the Big East tournament. Viegas couldn't get the shot away. Biggs is in, 22 in blue. Jada Quilly on the handle. Inside of 3.5 minutes to go in the fourth. It was the addition of Pitt, Syracuse, and Notre Dame, and then Louisville followed. Some 13 years ago. Graves picks up the foul. Audrey Biggs, Kentucky native, back to take on the Cards at the free throw line. You're watching CW Women's Hoops, presented by Allstate. You're in good hands.
So I find it interesting as Audrey Biggs completes the second free throw. When she went in and absorbed the contact on that shot attempt, the entire crowd was like, ooh, because it was such a big hit, and it reminded me of a football hit. Go to her bio. Brother Bryce, currently a football player at West Virginia.
Okay.
Makes sense. She's probably practiced on him a few times and absorbed some contact. It's a player her size, very strong.
3 bounces out for Graves. Another chance. Yes. No. Thought she was going to launch it again. Shot clock is at 10. I've only mentioned the shot clock maybe twice all game. Putra not quite set. And Mbugua and Rust fighting for the loose ball out of bounds and to the Panthers.
And that's why you box out, because Rust flew in for the rebound, almost got it, but because Grace Mbugua had the positioning and it boxed out, ball favors Louisville.
86 points for the Cards, above their season average of about 83 points per game. Second best in the ACC. They've done it on the glass. They've done it defensively. Viegas knocking down a 3.
Her third of the game.
How about 56 rebounds in total for Louisville in this game?
Crazy. It's a crazy stat. But that just goes to the energy and the effort that Louisville has produced in this game.
Just crashing the offensive glass, especially in that first quarter, to set the tone.
Anaya Hardy, a big part of that. She set the tone especially.
Graves, catch and release.
And look at the box out by Biggs. The ball just rolls out of bounds, but she had her defender on lock. That's a football player for you. When your last name matches the effort, you that girl.
Rust is out of the lineup for Pitt. Panthers are going to drop to 8-10 on the season. 1-4 in conference play after that win last Sunday on the road. In Louisville, it's going to be 9 in a row for Coach Walz and the Cards.
I'm interested to see Tori Verdi's next lineup for Pitt as Graves 3 doesn't go down. But I'm interested because he's had 9 or 10 different lineups this season featuring 11 different players. And talking to him, he's a player, he's a coach that likes to reward when players work hard. And that's why he's got all those different lineups. But that's how he built his program at UMass. He's going to reward you based on your effort. So I'm kind of interested to see their next game and who he rewards on that one, because to me the effort hasn't been there for some of his starters in today's game.
He spent 7 years at UMass. They were the A-10 champs in 2022 in Amherst, Massachusetts. Prior to that, 4 seasons as the head coach at Eastern Michigan. All of the head coaching experience for Jeff Walz, 19 years of it, right here in Louisville, Kentucky. And 501 wins. I think we can make it 502 at this point.
He knows how to build a program, telling me that they always have that kind of preseason schedule because it just prepares them for what's to come.
So Mbugua misses, but she does have a double-double in this game. 10 points, 10 boards. Almost had board 11.
A very quiet double-double. Wow, that went right over my head.
Biggs at the other end. (60-28) advantage on the boards in the game for Louisville. And 24 offensive rebounds, 43 bench points. Now, granted, they could get the subs in a little bit more, outdistancing Pitt in the second half. And leading by 23 at halftime. Still a total team effort for Jeff Walz and the Cardinals with 15 seconds left in this one. They will also win their 25th in a row against the Panthers, 21-0 as ACC opponents.
Come up with another steal to end the game.
Graves will not shoot it. Got the instruction from Coach Walz. He'll shake the hand of Tori Verdi, and it was all Louisville start to finish today, Tabitha.
And they just put forth the effort. I mean, they did exactly what they said they wanted to do.